So your puppy constantly bites the furniture and you don't know how to get him to stop doing it? Well, don't worry, you're in the right place. The bite of a dog can be quite dangerous, but when they bite our furniture, in addition to dangerous, it becomes annoying. So here are 5 tips to stop your puppy from biting everything. But in advance you should know that this video is not about training, but they are very accessible and easy to do home remedies for your dog to keep their fangs away from your properties. Number 1. Ground pepper. This method is a bit aggressive but very efficient. Cayenne pepper, also called red pepper, is a food that works as a repellent for dogs and can be easily found. But you should not sprinkle the pepper powder, but you should prepare a mixture of cayenne pepper with water and pour into a container with atomizer. Subsequently, spray the mixture on the places where you want it to stop biting. The problem with this method is that if your dog ingests this fluid, he is likely to have stomach irritation. But rest assured, to get to that point I would have to ingest too much. Still, it is not my favorite method, so let's move on to the next point. Number 2. Using chili peppers. This option is less strong than the previous one, but I can assure you that it also works since it fulfills the same function, only to a lesser extent. All you have to do is use some chili peppers, the ones you prefer, and pass them over the area that bites in order to leave the spicy soaked in the area. Assuming my dog bites my closet, I'll just grab a chili and rub it on my furniture for a while. Obviously you'll need to be careful with your fingers so that the spice doesn't irritate you, so wear gloves or stick your hand in a bag. And already, that's all you have to do. The problem with this tip is that if your dog bites a lot of places, you would have to use a lot of chili peppers and the scent could be too invasive, so only use it if you must cover small areas. Which take us to the next point. Number 3. Bitter solution. This method is the one that I usually use so that my dog does not bite my furniture, and in fact it is more animal friendly compared to the previous 2. You can find a similar one in a pet store or in veterinarians. They are not expensive and I must say they are very effective. All you have to do is spray a good amount on the places where it usually bites. The liquid will dry itself and the bitter taste will impregnate the area. This way, when the dog tries to bite your things again, it will taste extremely unpleasant and move away. I recommend spraying the liquid at least once a day for a week. After that you will surely no longer try to bite the objects. Still, you should keep spraying this liquid from time to time, just for safety. I repeat, of the 5 methods today, this is the one that I recommend the most since it is not harmful or dangerous. Number 4. Give him toys to bite. So that it does not bite things that it should not, you have to help it channel that energy and direct it towards objects that it is allowed to bite. In this case, toys are always a good option, as long as they are of rough use, since if they are not resistant, it will be of no use. What you are seeing on screen is a Kong and is the perfect toy for these types of situations since they are very resistant, and also, you can put food inside. There are different levels of resistance depending on what your dog needs. If you want me to make a special video about the use of the Kong, leave me a comment and I will gladly do it. Number 5. Take it out more often. If a puppy bites and licks the furniture and walls of his house, it is because he has too much accumulated energy that he is not pulling out. This is easily solved by taking him for walks more often, or at least by putting him on the treadmill for a while. You should know that there are some dogs that need more physical activity than others, such as Huskies, Dalmatians, German Shepherd, Belgian Shepherd, or Hounds. And on the contrary, there are others that do not require great physical activity, such as the Pug, San Bernardo, Bulldog, or Great Dane. So I suggest you choose the most appropriate dog for your lifestyle. Those are all methods you can use to get your dog to stop biting your stuff. But if you want to know why they do it and how you can avoid it from their upbringing, keep the rest of the video. Some reasons that lead dogs to bite everything are: Number 1. Anxiety. A dog may be anxious to be alone for a long time or for the lack of habit to be without you. The latter is known as separation anxiety, a behavioral disorder that leads them to do negative things like bite everything, going to the bathroom everywhere, not eat, and so on. So, avoid that your partner is too dependent on you since you can affect him in a great way. But if you have no choice but to go out all day and leave him alone, maybe you could consider getting another partner, or commission someone who can take him for a walk during the day. Number 2. Stress. Unlike anxiety, stress in dogs does not appear from being alone, but from not going out. It is proven that being locked up for a long time can significantly affect the physical and mental health of anyone, both people and animals, because not being exposed to sunlight can alter your mood, and eventually even weaken your bones. Also, remember that the way to know the world for a dog is through smell, so they need to go out and smell everything out there to know new things. As I said before, if a Husky or Dalmatian doesn't fit your lifestyle, better choose another dog that isn't as active. Some of the most sedentary breeds are Pug, Bulldog, Saint Bernard, Great Dane, Spanish Mastiff, Shar-Pei, Akita, Pekingese, Chow Chow, and Newfoundland. Make an effort to get your puppy out more often as he will take advantage of the walk to do his needs, sniff, be fit, feel more relaxed and spend more quality time by your side. Number 3. His gums hurt. These types of pains are quite uncomfortable in anyone, and it is very common that those who suffer from it cannot control their bite for the same reason. This occurs mainly in the age of the dentition, that is when their teeth and fangs are growing, which happens between approximately 3 and 6 months of age of a puppy. That is why during this time they itch their gums, which can bring them pain in the muzzle, which causes them to try to get rid of loose teeth. After that period of time, the problem disappears. Number 4. For pleasure. If your dog usually bites wooden objects, it is simply because he finds the feeling of using his fangs in this type of material pleasant. Here I must give you some advice, and that is that you should avoid playing with your puppy using wooden sticks, making the typical game of throwing a stick and asking him to bring it back. But this is extremely dangerous because if it takes it in a bad position or gets stuck with something, it can stick one of the ends inside the muzzle or in the throat. But even if it doesn't suffer injuries, this can bring it some health complications like cavities and broken teeth. So you can replace the stick with another toy like a ball. If you want to know what other mistakes you may be making with your best friend, I recommend watching the video on screen by clicking on the card above. Number 5. By nature. Why do you think dogs have such strong jaws? Because it is their nature. In ancient times, dogs needed to have strong teeth to devour their prey, but now they do not need them as much because they do not go out hunting as their ancestors did. I invite you to subscribe for more videos like this. You can also follow our networks for more content. Let's keep the Gary's legend alive.